Everyone is laughing on set. They're in stitches because of that video. Did you know what twerking was before Miley Cyrus did it?
No.
Michael Willifree in our kitchen, and we're cooking with all things, well, amazing. We're cooking with maize in our kitchen. But first, we're getting a little lesson about what we're cooking with today and what maize really is and consists of. Michael, take me through it.
Good. Well, the maize came from South America originally, and it fascinated me the way it came across to Africa and then worked its way down here, where sorghum really was the main grain, and to be replaced by mealies or maize. This is the sort of maize that we used to grow on the farm and we used to eat as kids. Lovely, nice, starchy, hard kernels.
You know, I look at this and I'm thinking, as a child, I tried to grow some, but they came out really small. Really, really small.
Yeah, and this is, of course, the one that we mix with beans to make that lovely, lovely bean and samp meal. And then, of course, you have the sweet corn, which, like the name, they're very sweet.
They are.
Nice, small, soft mealies. And
yeah.
Sorry?
No, you go.
And you can strip them off, and you can use them in a corn chowder with mussels, or else you can make them into hotcakes like we're going to do later.
See, Michael can look at a mealie and go, you can make it with corn cakes and chowder, and I look at that and I see braai meats. So thanks, Michael, for always giving us a different angle.
Yeah. And then, of course, the third kind of corn we have here is popcorn. Now, there's a whole scientific things as to why popcorn pops, but it's essentially getting the internal heat hot enough and the moisture, and then the whole thing.
I actually made some last night. Yeah.
Yeah. Really nice. And then, of course, we've got the sort of the worked mealie, corn flour, which is very, very fine powder, used for thickening sauces.
Yeah.
And quite often in batters, just to give them an extra lightness.
That saved my milk tart the other day.
I'm sure.
I put a little bit more in though, but it worked nonetheless. Yes.
And then we've got ground maize.
Yeah.
This is what the Italians call polenta.
Okay.
And you can get it either as instant polenta, or you can buy it like this, and you can serve it with dishes that are not quite nice and saucy. You can serve it what they call wet polenta, which is where it's quite soft, or else you can make it and you can set it on a tray and then cut it up and then fry it in butter or something
like kugel.
like that.
Okay, that's really nice.
And then, of course, here we have our best favourite ever mealie meal.
Yay! We had a lot of that as a child.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm just totally berserk for it. And we were talking over the weekend. I have my mum-in-law staying with us, and she's a great maize user. How you make that crumbly porridge?
Okay, we call it kremmelpap.
Oh.
Yeah. Did she make some?
No, that has yet to happen this week, but it's going to.
Okay, well, we're cooking with maize after the break. All of this, and how much of this are we going to incorporate?
We're going to use sweet corn.
Okay, we're going to use sweet corn. Yeah. So we're cooking with amazing things in our espresso kitchen. Stay with us, because after the break, we're cooking with maize.
By supporting businessmen like Sibusiso Chabalala and his Berry Hill Trading Company, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you. By supporting the Flower Valley Conservation Trust, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
This is a feel-good morning on Espresso, and we're cooking with amazing things in our kitchen. Maize. We had the lesson before the break, and this time around, we're making something with maize. Michael Willifree, what are we making?
We're going to make some hotcakes.
Hotcakes?
Hotcakes. And I love corn hotcakes.
Like frikadelle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I just thought, well, we're having breakfast, so let's heat it up a little bit with chorizo. And then I was in Portugal on a visit, and they had these cakes like this, but they'd put some there's a lovely cheese that you can buy in the streets called queijo fresca, fresh cheese, and it looks like the goat's cheese.
Okay, that we have
so
here.
I thought we'd use the goat's cheese.
Okay, well, that's a clever replacement.
So
what do we need?
We need some corn. This has been cooked and stripped off the.
How did you strip them? Because I mean,
with a knife, just chunk, chunk, chunk.
They look fairly intact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they. Right, and then we put the chorizo in.
There it goes. Spicy.
That's nice and
salty.
spicy and hot, and then we'll add the
some
goat's cheese.
I'm a fan of goat's cheese. I eat it on anything.
I know, it's
really do.
so divine.
I have
Very
it in
special.
cauliflower and, oh, yeah. But this time around, we're having it for breakfast.
And then, isn't that the most amazing colour yolk you've ever seen in your whole life?
Look at that.
And then we'll just put a little snicket of baking powder in.
How much is a snicket?
A snicket is about a quarter of a teaspoon.
Michael never measures anything, so I always ask, how much is a little oil? How much is a little snicket? We're cooking with corn today, amazing things like we call it on espresso. So maize in our kitchen, and we're making some hot cakes. So Michael got this lesson from Portugal, but he's doing a South African twist, literally.
Put some oil into our pan,
Okay.
and then we'll just season up here.
While
with
you're
a bit of
seasoning that, our keyword for this
salt
morning
and pepper.
is corn. So the keyword corn to 33728. You'll get a link to the recipe and also a list of the ingredients so that you can recreate this at home. So some salt, some pepper, and then some...
Just going to put some flour in just to
Flour in
bind it
there.
all together. And all these ingredients you can get at your local Pick and Pay. If you can't get chorizo, you can use boerewors and just fry it down
Okay.
into little squares.
Not a lot of wet stuff in here.
No,
The cheese is kind of soft and that kind of puts it
yeah,
together.
and that sort of just holds the whole lot together.
And also the the one egg yolk that we added in as well.
So
That looks amazing already.
right. So
So
now
it's fairly cooked through, Michael. I mean, I'm just
yeah,
curious because we're
it
heating
is-
a pan
Look,
here.
it
and-
is cooked through.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to put it into a little sort of cake form.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to just dip it into the panko crumbs. Now, panko crumbs are nice and crispy and made from Japanese crackers.
Right.
I have never seen anything quite so traffic light yellow in a panko crumb before, but normally they're sort of light beige in colour.
Okay.
So then all you do is you make your little
Pannenkoekie, frikadel.
frikadeliki,
Hot cake
and then you pop it into the
pan.
and away you go.
Look, this is fairly easy.
This is easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I like anything that's
And-
cooked through already before I put it in a pan.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the nice thing is that you can make hot cakes with ricotta cheese, and you can serve them for breakfast with jam and cream.
Could you use mascarpone?
Mascarpone, yes, you can, absolutely.
It's probably my
Oh,
favorite
no,
next to goat
it's
cheese.
such
Yeah.
a lovely cheese.
Listen, that looks amazing. If you want to do this at home, our keyword today is corn to 33728. You get a link to our recipe and also a list of the Pick and Pay ingredients to make this at home. Our hotcakes that we're making with maize, so corn. Earlier we got a lesson in corn, from popcorn to corn flour, and this time we're cooking with sweet corn that Michael got off beautifully off the cob with a knife, because I thought, how do you get it off?
Yeah, no, it works well. You just stand it up on its end and you cut it down.
Well, if you
the
want
other
to,
thing you can do is you
yes.
can take it off with a grater if you want to.
With a grater?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Don't worry, we learn every day.
For sure.
If you want to see how we got to this point, let's take a look.
Mix together corn, cheese, chorizo, flour, baking powder, eggs, and seasoning. Dip spoonsful of batter into panko breadcrumbs. Fry until golden brown.
And our keyword for today is corn. So corn to 33728. Michael, I can't turn around the bigger ones. Look at that. Can I just use my hand?
You might burn it.
Here we go. Okay, so corn to 33728. That's beautiful.
And then you really just need to get these nice and golden on the outside.
Okay.
Like we've done here. And then you can serve them with a nice sort of tangy tomato sauce. You can see some chili on the top there.
Okay.
And they really are just delicious and nice to have. I mean, a breakfast dish, not bad. You could pop a fried egg on top or a poached egg on top of that.
That is an even better idea. Poached egg on top, I would have it like that for sure. Well, listen, these hot cakes are really hot and they're amazing. Get it, maize?
Yeah.
We're cooking with maize in our espresso kitchen today. Well, listen, a Portuguese recipe made literally South African. And speaking of South Africa, it is Heritage Month, and we're concentrating on everything that's local and beautiful. And over the weekend, we literally matched South Africa with Bollywood and created the most beautiful awards ever. Now, earlier we had literally a sneak peek of what went down. Take a look at how it all went down.